Hi, it's Abina from Ostan Engineering again, and today we're in a client's basement and we're looking at a way to convert this to a legal secondary dwelling. So this is the space here. As you can see, one thing we look out for first is to see if there are any structural concerns, and so far we have a 2x10 floor joist sitting on a steel beam, which is always a good thing because now we don't have to worry about the structural element. The next thing we look at is where do we have any sort of windows to ensure we have enough room to provide the sufficient required natural lighting. So in this space here, what the client has decided is this would be the room area, which means somewhere in that corner would have to put a window. This would be the bathroom area. Doesn't necessarily need a window, but we have one in there that we're going to use. This would be more the living room area, where we're going to expand this window, add in some frost protection detail, and this would be the kitchen area. This is currently the furnace in the basement. This furnace would serve the upper unit, so we're going to cut off this area to be part of the main unit, while the rest of the space here would be used for the secondary dwelling. Now, one thing to keep in mind is whenever we're doing a secondary dwelling, we look for the easiest access into the unit. In this case here, we have the stairs and we have some space on the other side of the building, which we're going to go out to, and this is what allows us to be able to use this as our entrance. And then you come down here and then we'll work out what the basement looks like. So once we go outside, we're gonna try to look more at the openings that need to be created to ensure we have the required glazing for this basement unit, and also to ensure that we have the required space to provide a window for the new bedroom. So what are some of the key things we look out for when we're working on a secondary dwelling basement? One thing for sure is we want to ensure we have enough room to provide the required fire protection. The second thing is we want to make sure they're structurally sound. So if we're cutting in any walls to create access, we want to make sure we're reinforcing that correctly. We want to make sure that there is sufficient room for natural glazing to come into the space that we're creating. And last but not the least, we want to make sure that we meet all the required code requirements to ensure that the space meets the required minimum for a living space. So those are the kinds of things we look out for when we go out there for any sort of secondary dwelling or accessory dwelling unit.
Learn more about home renovation and construction. Follow us for more content like this, or contact Ostan Engineering for inquiries.